Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DotaPit League Season number 2 group stages between compLexity Gaming and Virtus.Pro. Thank you so much for joining us here on twitch.tv/DotaPit. My name is Mott, and I'll be joined by, well, nobody today because Reborn seems to have disconnected from the lobby and will not be joining us for game number 1. So I'll be on my own, although I do have Mottpax, the stats man, joining me today to provide me some stats as well. So that'll be nice. We are underway into the draft. Again, this will probably be the closest series we've seen thus far in DotaPit, which is very exciting. I mean, a lot of the teams have played some really great games, but I feel like this one should be the closest. Now, it's important to note Virtus.Pro, a predominantly CAS team, compLexity are playing from Los Angeles, California. So we will be playing on USC. So that's the fairest at this point in time. I believe the second game is either on Lux or will continue to be on USC. I don't have a grasp of the rules completely, but it'll be one of those two servers. So there will be some ping issues from both squads, and we'll see how teams play up. Now, if we look at the standings right now here for Group A, Virtus.Pro is 2-0. They played against, so far, Moscow 5. They had a great series against them. compLexity, they're 3-1. They played against, let's see here, Moscow 5, who they 2-0'd, and of course, Power Rangers, who they 1-1. So, right now, compLexity is ahead of Virtus.Pro by 1 victory here. And Virtus.Pro right now looking for 2-0 and trying to get back into it. compLexity, if they can get a split here, would definitely be favorable for them. And they'll stay up about at the 3rd spot here in the standings for Group A. And all of the teams have now played for Group A. That's the important thing to note. A lot of the teams have played at least 2 series. Some of the teams only 1, including Virtus.Pro. So this is going to be an interesting game, and we'll see where it goes. We still have yet to see for Group B, Navi North America or Navi US play and Cloud9 play. And Hellraisers have only played 1 series over there. Same with Secret Team as well. So
5 seconds remaining.
Group B is still a bit undecided. Obviously, we're in the beginning stages of the tournament. We still have a long way to go. And I do want to remind everybody right now, there was supposed to be another series after this, but it did get rescheduled. I believe it was Sneaky Nick's Assassins versus Hellraisers. It will get rescheduled to a later date, as we do have some issues abound. Also important to note, this is the last game before we go into a break here for Starletter Season 10 LAN Finals. We'll be going into a break from the 21st to the 27th of October. We'll be back on the 28th with Virtus.Pro versus Power Rangers and Virtus.Pro versus 4AC. So that'll be a nice little series to get back underway. But as of right now, 2 games to go, and then we'll be on break. Well, we'll be on holiday, if you will, for a while. I specifically will be around. I'll be casting. I'll be doing the Summit to China tonight, the Chinese qualifiers, which I'm very excited for. That'll be about 5 a.m. Eastern time. So for those of you in Europe, you might be able to watch the game, whether from work or whether from home. If you're, from America, there's a good chance you're probably sleeping. 90% chance, in fact, I'd say. So, meanwhile, we have this draft. We're underway. Enigma, Centaur, Warrunner, Disruptor, Templar, Assassin for compLexity Gaming. Swindle's TA is pretty damn good. Enigma played by generally your off-lane Limp, or in this case probably Riser, because Centaur is picked up for complexity. I have yet to see them run the Disruptor, but I'm very excited. Virtus.Pro go for the 6.81 heavy draft of the Death Prophet, the Faceless Void, the Mirana, and the Witch Doctor as well. G, one of the best mid players, and I think one of the best Death Prophets as well. And we'll see how he plays that one up.
Remaining.
Witch Doctor and Mirana, I'm excited to see who plays that. Jada, one of the best
5
supports out there, I
seconds
think, and he honestly should be really good. Faceless Void is going to be huge as well. He should be going to the safe lane, and then we'll see what they grab for y'all here. So right now, we have another band coming through, and it'll be the last band. We've gotten through this draft rather quickly, and I'm pretty happy about that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The draft can be a bit tiresome, especially when you're solo and commentating. So they did get through everything quickly, but they've banned out some interesting heroes here. You have the Slark Band, Rubik, Ancient Apparition, the Ogre Magi, now receiving a first ban from complexity, realizing, hey, this guy's good. He's tanky, he's got a lot of armor, we can't really bring him down, he provides a lot of stun potential. I think it's very important that they take him out of the equation as quickly as possible. Well, we've got a second. I'm going to look at our matchup of the day, our DotaPit matchup of the day. We have, at the carry role, Moon Meander versus BZZ. Now you look at their average statistics here, they're roughly even. That's the crazy thing. But you look at the heroes they play, they're vastly different. Gyrocopter, Slark, and Slardar versus a Jakiro, Nature's Prophet, and Dro Ranger for Moon Meander. So the one thing that is the same is that they both had wins in the last game by playing Luna. Moon had a slightly better performance at 8-2 and 6 with about 578 GPM, and BZZ was sitting at 505, 6, 6, and 10. So Virtus.Pro. And also important to note, both of those matches came from M5. So they both played Luna in their match against M5 in the second game. Pretty cool just to see that kind of overlap happen. I think that's very interesting. And I don't think we'll see a Luna here for either squad, but you look at complexity, they still need Moon's hero now, and that's what are they going to pick up? For Virtus.Pro, you probably have Faceless Void at the safe lane. They could go for Faceless Void off, then pick up a safe laner here.
5 seconds
but
remaining.
For the most part, I think these drafts are pretty standard. We don't need to talk about anything else other than that. In fact, I'm going to switch back over to the draft overlay. Here we are. Boom. Complexity Gaming, 1 minute and 15 seconds left now on reserve time. And we'll see what they go for here. Templar Assassin, Disruptor, Centaur Warner, and Enigma. They've really valued this Enigma pick highly. They like to pair it a lot with a Jakiro so they could push down towers quickly, but in this case, they're probably just looking for a black hole. Death Prophet is going to make that very difficult. Faceless Void as well. Morphling comes out, and this is a huge pickup. It's going to be a Moon Meander Morphling. Now, it's something I'm not too familiar with. His safe lane farm usually comes down to him just being aggressive and playing aggressively. And with a Morphling, you can't do that as much as you can with, let's say, a Jakiro or a Nature's Prophet or even a Drow Ranger. You've got to be careful here for Complexity Gaming. They have to get some decent farm. And I don't know how I feel about a Disruptor Morphling dual lane. They could get aggro tried against. This could be a really rough time for them. Yeah, you'll get free farm on Limp's Centaur Warner. And maybe Enigma in the jungle played by Riser. But I don't know how this is going to go for Complexity Gaming. For Virtus.Pro, they've got 20 seconds left on reserve time. We'll see what they grab here with their next choice. It is going to be the Treant Protector now coming out for Virtus.Pro, which is the Jalen Treant Protector, by the way. And all of a sudden, it is BZZ Mirana coming out. So that's what he's playing. And that means that maybe Sidorian the offlane of the Faceless Void. We'll have to see. The draft has now been completed. We are going to get underway here. The first game of the day, again, for DotaPit. The first out of 2, so we'll see how quickly this game goes. This could be a long one, honestly. All things considered. Looks like it will be an aggro tri-lane. Solo safe lane Faceless Void, potentially, coming out from Virtus.Pro. While they're deciding their lanes, they have the genuine Froll, the TI4 courier, which is, by the way, a great courier. Complexity heading to their jungle, making sure it's not going to get warded. They want to make sure Riser has complete farm. If they're going to be losing out some farm here for Moon Meander, they are going to make sure that Riser's getting something on the back end of this. So for lineups for Complexity, your North American squad, Z-Freak is going to be on your Disruptor. Moon Meander will be on your Morphling. Riser on your Enigma. We'll have Swindle Melons on your Templar Assassin. And down bottom, it is going to be Limp on your Centaur War Runner. On the other side of things, for Virtus.Pro, your CIS team will have Yol playing your Witch Doctor, Jaldam on your Treant Protector, BZZ on the Mirana, Down to the safe lane, it is Sadoy on your Faceless Void. Mid lane, gee, he'll be playing your Death Prophet. I think this is going to be complexity's first true test in DotaPit when it comes to the mid lane. How is Swindlemelon's going to do? He does have the pig advantage. He is the Templar Assassin against the Death Prophet, so Cryptstorm is not going to be all that great. It will be early on, even though the damage isn't quite there anymore. But refraction charges will get broken rather quickly if G plays the lane right.
The battle begins.
Of course, guys, I do want to remind you that the ticket is available in the store for $9.99. The Sorcerer of the Black Pool set will be available alongside that. So I definitely recommend you guys check that out. Jadam and Yol rotating up into the jungle. They have some wards here on pretty much both of their heroes. They're ready to ward up. They place a ward here just to make sure that they have it here for the Dire Hard camp. And they'll continue to make sure Riser's having a rough time. But Riser realizes this. He heads down to the bottom lane. He knows they're running in an aggro tri-lane. He'll just make sure he's juggling aggressively. And he shouldn't get caught out. I mean, Sadoy can look for him, but without, a Chronosphere, I don't really know if he could do much in this situation. He's just going to sit in lane and farm. And he should do just fine with that. Top lane, Jadam and Yol rotating over. Moon Meander may be caught out. I'll take this opportunity to turn my volume up. Boom. And exec back my cast config. Excellent. All right, we're good to go. Oh, my God. This is a problem. Well, complexity, they're having some ping issues, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure why that is. They said server. It has nothing to do with the server. It's just cold right now. I'm looking at the pings consistently. They're still sitting at about 2K in terms of pings right now. You look at this, everyone else. I mean, even Virtus.Pro, they're sitting at 200. It's playable for sure. They're not having an issue. It's really just coming down to Complexity's team house where they're getting... Yeah, they've just all disconnected from the game. Let's see if Beef is around. Hopefully I can connect to them. Yeah, I don't want to say what everyone on their mind is thinking here, but... I think we were having some issues. And Beef's not on my how unfortunate. So, we will have a bit of a break. And this might be a long one, too. So, a bit unfortunate. While we have this time, let's talk about the lanes real quick. Moon Meander and Z-Freak sitting in the top lane. And, this is what I was talking about. When you get aggro tri-lane against by Virtus.Pro and the heroes that they have, there's a good chance Moon's going to have a kind of a rough time here. Yol can zone you up pretty effectively, and there's always the threat of a cask. However, an arrow is not assured. Yes, you do have Leech Seed, but Waveform is going to be pretty useful for Moon in this game. If they want to go into anybody, it'll have to be Z-Freak, I think, and they know that. So Moon should be okay. I don't think he'll get farmed, but he should be all right. Swindle is probably okay in this mid lane. He's going to have to be the crux of complexity to keep them in this one, I think. And Riser is going to just have to farm really well and just come out and gank Sadoy as much as possible. Whether through Black Hole, whether through Malphite, they'll have to find ways to kill him. With Limp getting stomped pretty early on here, I imagine they will get some kills as well. Sadoy will have to be careful. So for Virtus.Pro, I mean, this is a really good laning phase, I think. And right now, this is just a bit of an unfortunate situation, as we do have, unfortunately, some lag issues from complexity. This is just complexity having some issues. So I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Well, we have Moon jumping back into the game. That's a good sign. It looks like he's okay now. They might have reset the router. Hopefully everything is good. maybe not. Yeah, okay, well. Maybe packet loss is going to be an issue here. And Ping doesn't always tell the full story of internet issues, unfortunately. So, again, nothing we can do about this. This is a complexity issue, I think, for the most part. But we'll check and see how things do turn out here in a couple of moments. I might put up the AFK screen here in just a minute, just because I feel like I have a good feeling that this might be an extended pause. I've got a good feeling about that, and I don't want that at all. Trust me, I don't. But knowing the Dota scene, I have a feeling this is going to be an extended period of time before we get back underway. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we get everything going in just a second. But while you're with us, guys, I do appreciate you joining us. I know there's a lot of good Dota going on. And, yep. Hopefully we get things back underway here in just a moment. We got no time. So they're trying to reconnect now. Riser and Swindle, or rather Riser and Moon will get back into the game. Their ping is fine. But it seems like they will be having some issues here. The ping was bad at first, but now you keep checking the ping, and I feel like it's just a packet loss issue. Which, I mean, if you have good ping but shitty packet loss, then that's a problem. I mean, ping doesn't tell the entire story. They are reconnecting one by one, so maybe we'll see everyone get back into this game. We're still waiting on Swindle, and hopefully everything goes in just a second. Something happened. Maybe the internet just shit the bed, or maybe there is there's a bit of malice behind this. I'd rather believe the former than the latter, but knowing Dota, again, I don't really know. Virtus.Pro probably have another game coming up soon. I think maybe for the summit. Well, I'll check and see what the time's like. Now Marana disconnects. Good stuff, everybody. We did it. I don't see any scheduled matches for Virtus.Pro here. Unless I'm missing something. No, it's not postponed. Join Dota. It's really unfortunate. Internet went down according to Beef in Twitch chat. It said just for a second. Hopefully they're all getting back in. Beef is the manager of compLexity, so hopefully we do get back in and get underway. Now some drawing on the map. So, folks, how the hell are you? It's been a while. And by a while, I mean like 24 hours. Play some tic-tac-toe. Oh, shit. I lost. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I suck at tic-tac-toe. Ah, man. How unfortunate. I always do that. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to get this spot, and then I don't even pay attention or something. I don't. Whatever. Well, that's all right. I'm not a tic-tac-toe master. I'm a Dota master. So, after this series, I will be streaming a bit on my own personal channel for those of you interested at twitch.tv/MontDota2. I know there's not many of you around right now, but again, I do appreciate you guys joining us and sticking with us here. We do have Swindle reconnecting. Now we're just waiting on BZZ. Hopefully we get back in just a minute now. Come on, BZZ, please. That is just what they gave me. Usually the first slot doesn't have that color, I don't think. I'm not sure, though. I don't know if the colors actually switch or not, but... I think we're about ready to go, man. I think we're about underway here. As soon as BZZ gets back in, which I don't know how long that will be, we'll be ready to go. Let's hope it's just a moment before we jump back into the game. This first game could be about 5 to 10 minutes underway already, and unfortunately that's not the case. You just got to be patient. You got to have faith, man. Is that actually World Statistics Day? What a weird holiday. I mean, I'm totally down for it, but I didn't know that existed. Also, we have approximately 11 days before Halloween. That's interesting. So yeah, 11 days before Halloween, so hopefully people are going to have a spooky good time. I'd like to buy some candy. I'm craving some candy right now. I'll tell you what. That sounds pretty good to me. All right, BZZ. What's the issue here, man? Let's get going. 46 damage, 5 armor. You got to get back in the game. You got to get some farm for yourself, dude. You got to get going. The blue items. They're all very blue. All right. He's back in. He's reconnected. We'll get a G call hopefully in just a moment. Please let us play Dota now. compLexity. They didn't say ready, though. Pause, maybe? Alright, whatever. They're going. Alright, well, we're back on our way. Looks like compLexity doesn't have an issue with this. G in the mid lane against Swindlemelons. This is going to be the biggest matchup, I think. G has he's the lane in his favor now. The creep wave is up on his hill. Down in the bottom lane, Sudoi against Limp. That should be an interesting matchup here. I'm keeping my eye on the health bars. G taking some side blades, so Swindlemelon has hit level 2. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult for G in this mid lane. Swindle sitting at 5 last hits, and he'll try to pressure the tower for a bit here. Meanwhile, Riser's just farming the jungle freely here, and he's going to use the small creep camp, obviously, trying to get to that level 2 Eidolon. Probably go for Midnight Pulse early on. He doesn't want to get Malphite unless he's going to try to gank, so just something to keep in mind.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, boy. Jadam rotated all the way over to get the courier kill in that middle lane. That was a bottle for Swindlemelons, now gone down the drain. And that'll be dead for 2 minutes in. That actually is huge. Jadam rotating over at just the right time to get that courier stamp. But when you're in the aggro tri lane, you certainly can. Z-Freak's going to run over as well. He's going to find Jadam. Jadam's going to hit him once in the back and say, hey, listen, I'm here, man. That's unfortunate, but Riser, dude, Riser. No! He might actually get on the way back. He will see it coming forward here. It's going to go all the way across. It's got to be careful. Luckily, G does have the wave pushed in, so it's fine. Riser, the courier, man. Come on, you saw it. No! Down bottom, Limp getting stunned up with a right click from Sudoi. The time lock proc coming in. Riser continues to jungle further here. Meanwhile, top lane, plenty of last hits going for BZZ. He has 12. Moon has 2. That is a big problem here. They're shutting him down, and they're doing so very effectively. There is a pull coming in. Jadam's going to try to contest this. They really need Riser to start picking up the slack, I think, of Moonmeander at this point, because he is so far behind. Arrow's going to sail through. Moon avoids it barely. They're trying to get some extra right click on him, and he's actually losing a lot of these CS under the tower, unfortunately. A lot of it which are due to, pressure. Meanwhile, Swindle has to go all the way back home and regen up. And even that he doesn't get up to full mana. Jadam rotates back through. And now the lane is definitely in favor of G.
Denied.
So big plays coming out from G and Jadam to get the courier snipe. Jadam in the enemy jungle, or rather his own jungle, but Riser's going to spot him out. The Eidolon's coming in. Malphite might go. He actually doesn't have it. Z-Freak getting the kill in the top lane as they will catch out the Witch Doctor. BZZ making his way out of there. So as soon as they rotate Jotum out of the lane, they get the kill, which is something that they desperately needed. Unfortunately, the first blood does go to Z-Freak, so something to keep in mind. Limp will use the salve down at the bottom lane. If Sadoy has done a nice job of harassing him, Jotum's getting harassed by Riser. Riser's going to head up back into his own jungle here and try to help out Swindle. Swindle desperately needs help. He's at very low HP. The courier is back alive, and it's about to send him the bottle, which will get him back into this. He does have 10 last hits, but he should be a lot higher. Had he had his bottle earlier on, he would have been in a very good position. So that snipe actually is huge for Jotum and the rest of Virtus.Pro. BZZ and Yol continue to farm up. And we've got to. I mean, I don't like Mirana later on into the game, or even at this point. I really feel like. I was like, Jotum at this point, or rather, at this point in BZZ's Mirana, I mean, you're really relying on Arrow and Starstorm, and until you get about 3 items, you're not really being that effective. Mirana doesn't really do that much damage. It almost feels like a Medusa, but with less carrying potential. That's how I feel about Mirana later on in the game. Sadoy has an Orb of Venom, which I really like the choice there. Limp is very low in health. He actually has to go back home. He does finish up his Tranquils, yes, but he's still ways away from his Blink Dagger, and that's not a huge surprise. Bottle Crow now coming out. G is harassing Swindle so effectively. Null Talisman makes it so very difficult for a Templar Assassin, or any hero for that matter, to stand up in lane against that poor Death Prophet. So I imagine G's getting free farm here, and this is a guy that knows how to play this hero. He's done it very often with great success, and Virtus.Pro are having a pretty good time now. And I feel like this comes back to the draft for complexity. And we'll have to see how things do turn out here for complexity in the next couple of minutes. Rotation, though. Limp's going to run in. They're going to try to find G. Malphite is going to go. Stomp's about to go. G is going to try to get out. Living Armor is going to fly. Stomp, Meld Strike. G is going to fall. Limp gets the kill. And pretty big one at that. So that helps Swindle greatly, as now he's down for 15 seconds, and Swindle has time to farm up a bit more and get back towards a decent amount of CS. But there was already 31 going. Meanwhile, Thunderstrike, Kinetic Field in the top lane. Z-Freak getting caught low. Moonmander looking for a potential waveform. There's going to be the Voodoo Restoration. Moon can't go any further than this.
Dire's bottom tower
He's taking a great deal of harass coming in. Now, BZZ coming as well. He has 1 Starstorm level. That might be enough to kill Moon. He does have more of strength ready to go. Thunderstrike going yet again. Moon's thinking about going on him. Meanwhile, there's Living Armor going through, and that'll be canceled in just a moment here. Still stays on him. Riser coming out. Jotum looking for the rune. He does pick up the bounty. Meanwhile, Swindle going to throw it out the side trap, making sure G does not get that haste rune. Down bottom, Sadoy is still farming pretty effectively. He's got 30 last hits. Limp has 20. So Virtus.Pro are essentially winning every lane. Moon getting caught out in the top lane. Kask is going to go. He's still alive. He already used his waveform. He's morphing strength. There's the Leech Seed coming in. Jotum wants this kill. A couple more right clicks should do the job, and will. Jotum now chasing down Riser and Z-Freak. They will back away. BZZ very low. Riser has Malphite ready to go in 2 seconds, but the Living Armor will keep them all up in fighting strength. And Moon goes down when he was already behind to begin with, and now this is just even worse. Z-Freak actually has to TP back home and regen up. Jotum now has Arcanes at 6.5 minutes in. Everything is going poorly for complexity. G is about to get towards his ultimate here. Swindle chasing after G. He does have the haste from Meld Strike is going to go. G's rather tanky, though. Will he dive? This is the question. G might use the silence. The Living Armor is going to go. Is that going to be enough? I don't think so. Trap missing. G still getting caught out. Meld Strike misses again. Fractions up in a second. TP coming in. G might go down. That Living Armor is doing some work now, and Swindle will get the kill finally. Rotation over from Yol. He's looking to throw up the cast, maybe. TP coming out. Yol doesn't see him. He's waiting for him to pass by. Yol was waiting. And G, with a smart play, just TPs away, realizing he's getting chased down. That kill is actually huge, coming out from Swindle Melons. They played a ring around the rosy, but he does get it done. BZZ now Living Armored up. So if there's one thing that is now going the way of complexity, is that Swindle is getting kills. And if he's not getting CS, then at least kills are going to provide him some semblance of farm. Riser has his Boots of Speed and the Soul Ring. He's got level 6, so he is one of the very few for complexity that is farming well, and a lot of that has to do with jungle farm. Sadoy, level 2 Glimpse is available. He's going to jump on top of Z-Freak. He does have the Chronosphere. There's the Glimpse back at Sadoy. He's just going to go to the regen room. Limp will pick that up. Stomp might go. Sadoy has no time. I actually used the time walk. Meanwhile, chasing after Kinetic Field. G chasing after Z-Freak. Cannot get the kill. That Crypt Swarm almost did bring him down, but Z-Freak, He stays alive. Moonmander getting caught out. He's going to morph strength. Meanwhile, the Cascade is going to go. Stampede, Yo, caught out of position. Double Edge cleans him up. BZZ getting chased down now as well. There's the Malphite coming in. Riser has Black Hole. He might use it on Jotum. Waveform coming in. Arrow connects on the Limp. Jotum now still getting low. Can they get this kill? Moon will not dive the tower. Rotation toward the mid lane. Swindle decides not to dive into the mid lane, and they will pick up one kill and back away with that, happy with what they've accomplished. And Riser getting close to him having, obviously, his headdress. So, although Sadoi's farming bottom. And he's going for a Mask of Madness as well. The standard faces Void. I'm going to hit really fast. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm a race car build is coming out. Now G, side trap going in. There's one. Second side trap not going. Melt Strike, this is again. Glimpse now back in on G. Moonlight Shadow is going to go, and G should be just fine. He actually got out of the kinetic field somehow and stays alive. So Swindle, they're really putting a lot of pressure on G here, and I like that. But now G does have his point in Exorcism, and he will have level 4 Witchcraft very soon as well, maybe even with this creep stack. He's also going for a Drum. So Drum, Yules, standard build for Death Prophet. Speaking of being really fast, Virtus.Pro's G is going to be the fastest woman on the planet. She's going to be running some marathons pretty soon. Moonmander now sitting on boots, a Ring of Basilius, a wand, and a bottle. With 28 last hits, Moonmander has to get some room to farm, and he's got nothing. BZZ's doing a nice job of pressuring him. He has 44 last hits. He's going for what seems to be a Yasha, I'd imagine. Bottom lane, Sadoi still farming away. And, I mean, at this point, at 10 minutes in, we've got nothing really going on here. We do have a rotation from Riser as well as the Disruptor. No ult yet for Disruptor, but if Riser gets a Black Hole, they get this kill. Limp comes in. He's about to use a Stomp, and there's going to be a Stampede as well, maybe. Black Hole's going to go. Can they get this kill? Thunderstrike as well. Black Hole not grabbing the kill. Backtrack going to go. He time walks away. They might have a glimpse here. He's not in range yet. Sadoi just running through the jungle. They cannot catch him out of position. With level 3 glimpse, that's a kill. Unfortunately, Backtrack too strong. He only has level 1, and that's still enough to keep him alive. Unbelievably.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So the gank of that bottom lane does not work out. Sadoi gets regened up by Hilda full health with level 2 Voodoo Restoration. He's got Chronosphere. They're not expecting him to get back in this. They do have the ward here, which will spot him out of position. Beautifully done. Swindlemelon's up at the top lane, now farming away where Moonmander has rotated mid. G is now going on this tower, taking a bit of harass here. Waveform coming in, G taking some harass. Moon gets arrowed up as well. Cryptswarm might fly. He's got a strength morph as well. Riser comes in, BZZ flying through. G pops the Invis Rune. Moon still alive, has Waveform available, but not quite to use it yet. BZZ side trapped up now. He's caught out of position. Waveform on the tail and does catch him. They will take the tower, but the Double Edge grabs the kill. Meanwhile, they deny the bottom tower. G getting low as well. The Exorcism about to go. Malphite, he's back at full health for the most part. Stomp, Double Edge, and the right click. They get the kill on Z-Freak, but they do grab down poor G. And that's actually Limp's Blink Dagger 11 minutes in. So all things considered, pretty well timed. But at this point in time, VP still have a 2,000 net worth lead. And an experience lead, although is going in complexity's favor by about 3,000. So that's really the jungle and dual laning now coming into effect for complexity. But Moon has got to find some farm, and he's got nothing. He is absolutely not. He's got an Akil. That's it. So
under attack.
BZZ though has started to slow down, but did I get nerfed?
Dire's bottom tower.
That's actually impressive. But at the same time, you have to understand that DP didn't really start getting picked until about TI4, and even after TI4. So it was really at the tail end of 6.81. 6.81A obviously makes sense. Stampede, Double Edge coming in. Meld strikes. Sadoi time walks into the trees. He'll try to TP out, and looks like he will make it. Glimpse coming back in. Hello, Sadoi. Z-Freak catches him at the tail end of that. He was holding that Glimpse for the longest time. They grab the kill. Sadoi says, no, I was so close. He tried to TP out. I don't know if he knew he had the Thunderstrike on him, but he did go down. Big pickup. Complexity now with an 82 kill lead. So despite everything, Complexity are ahead, at least in kills. In terms of net worth, not so much, but I mean, Riser does have a mech now. So that's something to keep in mind. Morphling is so far behind here, but Swindle will make some space here as soon as he gets some more farm. Phase Drum, I mean, that's pretty good for Swindle at this point, considering how much, I mean, he had 48 CS, he has 48 CS rather, compared to that of the 71 of the Death Prophet. So I mean, it's tough, but certainly not unwinnable for complexity. I mean, we're only about 13 minutes in. We still have a long way to go before this game gets completed, I think. But Limp with this early Blink Dagger is starting to do some work now. This guy is really an impressive player, honestly. I think this is going to be something else here for complexity. Him getting involved is very important. Z-Freak is trying to get to his ultimate. When you get your Static Storm, all of a sudden those kills that were very difficult to secure before are now almost assured. Morphling does get up to his treads, so Moon now can start farming a bit faster. You'd like to have Lincoln Sphere to be able to just waveform consistently and find plenty of farm, but that's not the case. Swindle is taking a lot of damage here from the Ancient Thunderhide. Pops the Refraction, and he'll take down this Creep stack, or Ancient stack, rather. He's very close to a Blink Dagger, if that's what he's going for. Maybe a Yasha instead. Arrow sails from somewhere. I don't know where that went, but it's gone. It disappeared off into the distance.
Under attack.
It's nowhere to be seen again. Sadoy in the top lane, farming away. He's got his Mask of Madness. Poor man's shield. He pops it. And now Swindle has actually made it to second net worth. And Medallion's picked up for the Riser as well. So if they want to take Roshan, they certainly can. And that'll provide Moon some decent amount of farm. They'll push out bottom more than likely, and then they'll go for Roche, I think. Top lane's getting pressured. Moon can't really defend this on his own. And with Swindle TPing down bottom, I think they'll probably just trade this. The Yasha has been picked up for Swindle. They will head themselves into Roche. They smoke first and foremost. Meld Strike plus Medallion plus Yasha equals a lot of farm. A lot of Roshan.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Virtus.Pro, they're going to just say, listen, we're going to take the tier 1 tower. And Moon is going to rotate bottom, trying to find anywhere to farm, and he will find the bottom lane. And here comes Cole into the Roche pit. Riser as well as Swindle going for Roshan. And again, Medallion and Meld Strike going to make this rather easy. But G walks in with the Invis Rune. Oh, no. And this is a full duration Invis Rune. He's going to be able to take this. We have some rotations over. This could be huge for Virtus.Pro. What an Invis Rune. What timing. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. This is a problem. Roshan is not going to fall. Kinetic Field's going to go. Arrow's going to connect. There's the Death Ward. Riser getting caught out. Silence. There's going to be the huge Death Prophet ultimate. They take Roshan, and they do take down the Aegis. G picks it up. Now there's going to be Z-Freak caught in the Chronosphere complexity. What a disaster. What a huge play. Ice Frog gives G the best rune possible for that situation, that being the Invis rune. Unbelievable. Complexity, that was their way back into the game. And they just gave it away to G, who now has Phase Drum and an Aegis, plus a Yule Scepter now coming out for him. What a disaster for her complexity
Dire's
there.
middle tower is under attack.
Ugh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Japitsidoi has no Chronosphere. Blink Stomp, or Stomp rather, just being used. Sidoi can't go for the kill, unfortunately. If he pops his Mask of Madness, he dies there. Limp TPs to the mid lane. Static Storm going in. Not doing that much damage. There's the Stampede. Double Edge going onto Limp. Or Jotum, rather. He will grab a kill. Riser looking to connect on something with a Black Hole. G does have his Aegis, mind you. Limp's going back in. And G getting caught out. Can they bring him down? They'll probably Black Hole him for the Aegis here. Riser's going to get set up for this, I think. Yul's looking for a cast going in. There's the Kinetic Field. They're not even going to be able to have to use that. There's the usage of the Melt Strike. Big fight for complexity. They're going to use the Trap as well, and Yul's going to get caught out of position. Malphite's going. Melt Strike. Look at the damage. The armor reduction is real. They defend nicely. Complexity, they're back into the game. They take a huge fight. Double kill for Swindle Melons with the Yasha. 1,000 gold in the bank. Get hype. They're not done yet. Moonmander getting involved as well. Virtus.Pro with a throwy-ass fight if I've ever seen one. They go straight for the tier 2 tower. They lose a big engagement. Great kinetic field and disruption. Rather, Static Storm from Z-Freak to get everything set up here. They don't even have to use the Black Hole. They still have it. They can fight this. BZZ hasted up. There's the TP coming in. Living Armor gets taken down. Overgrowth got to go. Eidolon's trying to take down the tower. And it's going to go down to Riser.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And the Siege Group was there to help out as well. They cannot deny the tower. Chronosphere is back up, mind you. But all of a sudden, Complexity get right back into it. And Virtus.Pro, what happened, man? So this gives a lot of time to Moon get back into this game.
Dire's middle
He's
tower
trying to get
has
towards the
been
Yasha.
denied.
Riser denies the tier 2 tower mid. They're looking for BZZ. He will just leap away. Yola's there. There's the glimpse going into the backside. Kinetic field, stomp, double edge. And Z-Freak, level 4 glimpse is going to be huge. And it already has been in this game. This is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, you know, he just died in his second man, I'll tell you what. Yola did not have a chance there. Exorcism will grab the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Living armor on Sedoy. Meanwhile, Swindle's pressuring the tier 2 bottom. He has to actually back away. That'll be from G. His Exorcism is now on the tail end, but he will clean up this creep wave first and foremost. So, Virtus.Pro are getting a lot of their lead from the towers, obviously, and the Roshan kill. However, compLexity has taken the net worth back into their favor. So a lot of those fights have helped out compLexity. Net worth and experience-wise, they're ahead by 7,500. The experience, you can see, level 7 here now coming out for the Treant Protector. Only level 8 for Yola, and level 10 for BZZ. This is what happens when you put your Mirana into tri-lane. And this is the issue. BZZ has nothing, really. Again, when you have a Mirana in comparison to that of a Templar Assassin with 2 items, or 3 items, rather, your Templar Assassin is going to be doing so much more. Even Moon with the Yasha does a lot more than I think Mirana does at this point in time. Waveform is just great. Your right click is actually decent. You can stay alive. Jadam is sitting here in the trees. He has no Blink Dagger. He's looking for an overgrowth, however. Glyph is going to get popped.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, they will take down a tier 1 tower down in the bottom lane. Melt Strike did go. Glimpse back, and that'll be on Yola. Kinetic Field, not going to connect, and he will stay alive. Swindle diving heavily. Slowed up by the side trap. Actually, Melt Strike's going to go. They blow him up. That's a big dive. Chronosphere might go. They will catch him. And now Sedoy grabbing the kill on Swindle. No refraction there. Big kill. Yola buys back now. Overgrowth still ready for Jadam on the backside. Lim trying to TP out. Looks like he'll make it away. And everyone else getting away from compLexity as well. Meanwhile, G. Arrow selling through. Z-Freak going to get hit up with that. Riser looking for Malphite coming in. He will find it. Waveform coming in as well. G, in some trouble. Do they have a Glimpse coming back in? Z-Freak actually went down to the back end of that Crypt Swarm. So they defend the tower, but they lose Z-Freak as well as Swindlemon's the Templar Assassin. Not a great fight coming up for compLexity. They get caught out. The Chronosphere coming in from Sedoy, really well placed. And he has his Maelstrom now as well. Suddenly Sedoy is very farmed on top of all of that. Moonmander has the Yasha. Waveform is back towards the bottom lane. Sedoy now sitting on 1,500 gold. What is everyone else looking like? 2,000 gold now for the Mirana, so she'll get her match rather soon, but she needs a bit more than that, I think. What is Moon going for after he builds this Yasha, though? Is he going to be going for Manta as well is the question. No Linked Sphere coming out for him. I like the decision just to go straight for the Yasha. You could just stay alive, I think, with Strength Morph. And he should be okay. For the most part. Sedoy, Limp, his smoke is popped. Blink Stomp is going to go into Sedoy. He was in the process of time walking away. He will time walk. The Glimpse is going to go back in. There's the Kinetic Field. Static Storm as well. Sedoy in some trouble. The cast flying through, but the Malphite and Z-Freak's ult destroying him. Blink. They're looking for Yol. Side Trap not going. Cannot connect. Stampede is not there. They will not chase after Yol. And Moon picks up double damage rune as well. Meanwhile, bottom lane, BZZ going on the tower here. They do have Glyph available. They have to defend this, I think. They will TP in. BZZ trying to get away. And Moon not going to chase after him. Z-Freak is looking for a Thunderstrike. He's looking for a Glimpse. He's not going to find it, though. So now compLexity have to back off in this top lane. Swindle's very far up right now. And Jadam's looking for an Overgrowth. He's Nitrous guised up. And at some point, I think compLexity have to buy a gem here. I mean, Sentries are great and everything, but you've got to get a gem. And Riser might be the choice, but it looks like he's either going for BKB or Blink Dagger. I'd imagine are the two choices coming out for your Enigma here, and it looks like maybe a Blink. Roshan, we're not sure when he's going to be up. They will ping him, but he's still down for a couple of moments now. G sitting in the mid lane. He's got the Plate Mail. He's got the Yule Scepter of Divinity. He is a Divine Death Prophet. Kappa. G now continuing further here. Yo will pick up a couple of the last hits using his cask. And he'll back up to the high ground. He's going for, I think, a BKB. Might go for an Ags. I mean, Ags is generally what you build first. Manta's now done coming out from Mirana. But there is the Blink Dagger for Riser, which will fly to him soon as Swindle picks up his Manta. Swindle's keeping up with Mirana rather well. However, Sadoy is leading with the exception of G. Again, I mean, once he gets to Shiva's guard, he's definitely going to be in a really good position. He'll be tanky enough against this right click, although with Medallion and Melt Strike, it is kind of tough. And at some point, a Bloodstone or Heart should be in his near future. I mean, he's already fast enough. He probably won't... The problem with this Death Prophet this game is if you don't go for a BKB, you're just going to get glimpsed every time. And I think that's the real issue for G right now. It's just he's going to be getting glimpsed central. And that's kind of the issue. Black Hole, obviously, as well. And that's the thing, too. I think that's probably why he's not building a BKB, is that he knows that Black Hole is ready and available. And it's very tough to get a BKB off of a Blink Stomp anyways. There's a good chance you just die, but... There's the Manta for 2 heroes now on Complexity's side. One on Swindle, the other will be on Moon. So he's got some real damage now, and we have to wait and see what he goes for next. Stampede going in, BZZ avoiding the Stomp. He's going to try to juke around. It does connect there. The Double Edge is going to go. Do they have the damage he's got? Well, he's going to Manta away and leap in through the trees and just TP away. He somehow leaps very far. He will get out. He also had Moonlight Shadow. Meanwhile, Johnum is looking for a potential overgrowth target here, but everyone backs away from Swindle and Complexity in general. Roche is back up. Very short Roche duration. It's up in 10 seconds. If Limp stays in the Roche pit, they will spot him out, but no such luck there. So Roche respawns, and now Complexity and Virtus.Pro will have to jostle over who gets it. Rather jockey. One of the two. You know what I'm talking about. Virtus.Pro now getting the Ogre Club up with the Witch Doctor like we talked about. Everyone here from Complexity are just sitting in their jungle farming away, but the problem is Virtus.Pro have great vision here. They know exactly what's going on. So Complexity try to force anything in that jungle, like say a Smoke to the Sea, it's going to get spotted out immediately with some great wars. There are side traps, however, here for Complexity, so they have vision of their own. And that's another reason why a gem on Virtus.Pro's side would be good. We talked about a gem on Complexity's side. A gem on Virtus.Pro's side would give them plenty of room to work with. Meanwhile, Virtus.Pro, they're looking either into Roshan or the bottom lane, and they're not going to find anybody. Roshan might be the better option here. And Z-Freak, uh-oh. This could be a problem. Side trap goes. Connect field. They know that it's up there. They just placed that ward as well. Arrow sailing through is going to connect on Riser. They're going to try to fight this. Jump in. There's the Chronosphere as well. Riser getting caught out with the silence. He's blown up by the exorcism. Z-Freak is going to fall as well. Big Smoke to see pays off for Virtus.Pro. Nicely played, and they're going to go right into the Roche pit. And with him down for 44 seconds, although both of them have buyback, if they buy back now, they could contest this. And I think they probably should, but I'm not sure. In fact, there it is. Riser buying back. Z-Freak should do so shortly. Roche is falling low, and it will be taken down by G. So they don't even contest it at this point. G picks up the Aegis, and they're going to keep it back to the top lane. Although one is canceled, Sadoy goes up to the jungle to fight some creeps, and does so. And Limp forces himself further, looking for Sadoy. Moonlight Shadow is going to go, and they can't spot him out now. Overgrowth is going to fly in Swindle Bones. They don't have Chronosphere. He mantles out of the Overgrowth, and he'll back away. Moonmander looking for Jotum. Again, Moonlight Shadow still going.
Under attack.
So a couple of buybacks used for essentially nothing, at least one. Riser bought back, not getting anything done there. But at this point, I mean, him buying back's not the biggest deal. The only problem is that he'll be down forever if he dies again. But you already have your Blink Tag, you already have your mech, you already have your treads. I think at this point, you've got to try to find something. You've got for Complexity.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
They'll push down the 2-2 tower. I guess that is making something happen. Virtus.Pro, they've already taken down all of the outer towers except the tier 2 down bottom. And Complexity are forcing some rotations back towards the bottom lane. Swindle's going to put pressure on the tower. They're going to pop Manta. They're going to pop their illusions. Look at all the illusions going through. Swindle hasn't even popped his own Manta. Chronosphere is going to go. Swindle's going to get caught out. There's the Death Ward as well. Moon. But meanwhile, Limp jumps in. Yul in trouble. There's the double-edged Shadoi. Brings down Swindle. Everyone low on the side. Virtus.Pro. Yul going down to the Adaptive Strike of Moon. But Shadoi is going in. There's the Static Storm going as well. On top of that, Black Hole onto 2. What can they get done with this? Overgrowth comes in. Shadoi back in. Wait for him. G still alive. He's got the Adaptive Strike going through. Double kill for Moon. Buyback coming in. Maybe no. Nobody's using it just yet. Moon does replicate out back to the base or TP's home. G chasing down Z-Freak on the back end of this. There's the usage of the glimpse back. Z-Freak might stay alive and does. That one proc almost killed him. And now Z-Freak has to TP away. Jotum cannot find this kill. He gets juked into the trees. Shiva's guard goes, and they're actually chasing after nobody here. And they put so much pressure on this tower. compLexity, I think, end up winning that fight. Maybe not. Although they almost do get the tier 1 tower. That is important. Black Hole was used. Static Storm was used. Black Hole would have been great if the Overgrowth did not come. They would have gotten plenty of kills there. But compLexity showing they're not afraid of G, especially when his ultimate is down. And with an Aegis. That's even the more important thing. So, if they can find a fight like that where G doesn't have his Exorcism, they're in good position. And the only issue was that Swindle did not have his Refraction up by the time they jumped in and went for the Chronosphere. So, Swindle has to find a way to stay alive in these team fights. Maybe he's going for a Desolator, so that won't necessarily help him. I don't think BKB helps him this game. There's no real reason to. Everything is physical damage. So it really comes down to him and Refraction, I think. And Limp had great positioning. Blink and Stomp immediately onto Yul. He knew it was coming, and he stopped it as quickly as possible. But Virtus.Pro survived. They defend their high ground successfully. Exorcism is now up. They have the Sheep's Guard as well. He's got 4.3k gold in the bank. And I don't think compLexity try that again, at least for another couple of moments. Meanwhile, Static Storm, but the kinetic field not there. BZZ will get away. A lot wasted there for essentially nothing. Double damage rune just missed by Moon Meander, who only got the 28-minute rune. And BZZ has a Chrysalis now, by the way. So he's getting up there in terms of farm. Still leading the way is, unsurprisingly, G. He is so far ahead. And back down to the bottom lane we go, and they'll try to take this tower. We'll see if G pops the Exorcism for it. Lib coming in, Invis rune going through. Blink away. He doesn't want to get caught out, and he will just force himself out as well. Moon is going to take down the tier 2 mid lane. And G's going to try to go for the high ground now. They want to make something happen. This is their best opportunity to do so, I think. But they're going to lose some towers in the process. Blink, Stomp, Stampede away. Side Trap going. Arrow selling through, not going to connect. Trap up again. Adaptive Strike. This is some great base defense coming out from compLexity. They don't take the tier 2 tower. G still has his Aegis, but if he goes down, that means there is no Exorcism. He's getting living armored right now. They're putting some pressure on the tower. Blink Stomp going in yet again. Adaptive Strike coming in. There's going to be the Chronosphere. Swindle now taking a lot of damage. There's the Refraction breaking down. The ultimate coming through from Yul. Swindle still alive, but barely. Melt Strikes up. Will avoid most of the damage. Overgrowth coming through. Swindle taking some right clicks from Shadoi. Shadoi brings him down. He does have buyback. Limp goes down as well. G, now his Exorcism is over. They take down the tier 3 tower. Adaptive Strike. They Moonlight Shadow. They want to back away. They force the buyback up from Swindle. G getting chased down. Arrow sailing through. Does not connect. Riser coming in looking for a Malphite. Melt Strike. Yul getting away. There's going to be the living armor as well. Overgrowth is not there. Side Trap going yet again. Swindle looking for Yul. They might only get one out of this. Midnight Pulse is going to go through. He's Overgrowth, or rather Nature's Guise. That's how they don't see him. That is actually huge. They don't get a single kill on the back end of that fight. And they lose their tier 3 tower. Now Death Prophet's ultimate is down. And this is when it feels like you've got to make something happen here. Z-Freak is going to have to heal up, rather. And he's going to have to maybe walk back towards the base at some point. But now there's a Heart of Trask here for Death Prophet. G is, with the exception of a BKB and bots, he's about as farmed as you're going to get. Or maybe another item other than a BKB. Maybe a Refresher even. Swindle. So his buyback is now on cooldown for 6 minutes. That's a long 6 minutes. He did not get the Desolator. Meanwhile, G, sitting in the mid lane, looking to find somebody out of position. Whether that's Limp, whether that's Z-Freak, remains to be seen. He does pick up the Invis rune. Z-Freak might just die here. Shiva's Guard is going to go. Limp is looking for a Blink Stop. Can't find it. Stampede's going to go. They will take down Z-Freak. Meanwhile, they're rotating over from compLexity. They can't find anything here. Bottom lane's getting pushed out. Smoke to see what was used. They're looking for G. Up in the air. They are going to pop the medallion. Black Hole's not going to go. Silence is going to connect. Meanwhile, Moon gets hit up with an arrow. Now, Shadoi coming in. Chronosphere. Moon in trouble. Strength Morph is going to go. The BKB from Shadoi. doing some work now. They're chasing after Swindle Melons here. They already used the Death Ward coming in. Big black hole coming in. There might be a stomp as well. Where's the double edge? G gonna get caught with this. He's in trouble. Melt Strike, Shiva's Guard. He's so fast. The Overgrowth going. Earn Charge, keeping him alive. There's the Exorcism. Sidoi now right-clicking everyone down. Malefice going. Eul Scepter up in the air. Lip getting chased down by Sidoi. He'll stomp up, but not before he's about to go down. Rise getting chased as well, but they make their way. Lip is gonna TP away. They almost get G, but they cannot bring him down. The Heart After Rest too much. The Overgrowth coming out from Jotum keeps them up in fighting shape. And 33 minutes in, Exorcism is going to go down here in just a second. And that means that I don't know if they can take these towers, or these Raxes rather. Yeah, I mean, Exorcism is done. So with Exorcism now down, although there is no buyback from Swindle, that's the most important thing. Buyback from Morphling, but he's up in 10 seconds anyways. Glyph is not available. Oh, it is rather for complexity. But with no buyback from Swindle, this is going to be a tough base defense here. They might just lose a set of racks. Blink Stomp avoided by both. Complexity's Limp cannot hit him up. G going to work. There's going to be the Rax Glyph coming in. Moonmander Mantis out of the silence. Adaptive Strike out of Sidoi. He takes a lot of that damage. Glimpse back in. Statics from BKBs it up, though, immediately. Waveform's up, trying to find some more damage. Moonlight Shadow cover the retreat. They will take down the ranged Rax, and that is it.
Has fallen.
Close, but no cigar for Complexity. Forcing out a buyback is the top priority on the list of Complexity right now. They just cannot find a fight that suits them. Moon doesn't do nearly enough damage. Sidoi is too damn tanky. I mean, even with just treads and a BKB plus his backtrack, it becomes almost impossible for them to kill this Faceless Void. They've given him too much farm at this point in time, and it feels like Complexity are really just scrapping for something here, scraping for anything. Virtus.Pro have now a 10,000 net worth lead and a 5,000 experience lead. And I don't see Complexity coming back from this one. Swindle Melons has died twice the past couple of moments here, and he's no buyback to show for it. Still down for 3 minutes. Daedalus now done for PZC, so if it wasn't scary enough to have 2 cores on your team that were farmed, they now have 3. And Virtus.Pro with the top 3 in net worth. They're looking to end this game. They have to wait for the next Exorcism, which is up at 15. Complexity, we saw them trying to push in whenever that Exorcism was down. They've decided against that now. They're going to just try to defend here. It looks to be on the high ground. The problem is the Chronosphere plus Exorcism plus Death Ward is just too much damage to deal with. Now with the Mjolnir on Sidoi, you can bet that this is one hard base defense coming up from Complexity. Look to the high ground here. Look to BZZ up at the top lane. Z-Freak, not going to find him. They're not even looking for him. They don't know that he's there. Swindle is going to throw up a side trap. That'll be in lane. Blink Dagger now ready for Jotum. So, again, the biggest issue has been getting a black hole off with a full duration. And that's just going to... It's not going to happen with a Blink and an Overgrowth. It's just not going to be available. G, arrow sails through on Swindle. He'll back away. He doesn't get caught out of position. Buyback status in about 2 minutes for him. What about Roshan? It's up in about a minute or so. So, Roshan should be the next objective. Although, Moon does pick up a Scotty. So, I mean, he's got something now to show for it. And, he's got a lot of damage. I mean, he's got plenty of health with only 9 strength to show for it. So, I mean, you have some decent right-click coming out from the Morphling here. Down bottom, Jotum. Bottom, Jotum. Haha. Continue to farm away. There's the BKB that I was talking about from the Death Prophet, so she'll get that in just a moment. They'll try to take Roshan, and I think if you give an Aegis up to them, they probably just win the game. So Complexity have to find a way to contest this. They know that it is a max duration Roge. They don't really have vision of Virtus.Pro. They've countered most of the side traps in the jungle. And Complexity have to, I think, smoke. And they're going to try to take down a couple of camps first before they do so. I mean, Riser actually has plenty of money. He's saving for a lot. He's going for a Shiva's Guard. And that'll be something to help them get back into the game. You will have Swindle with buyback in about 1 minute or so. And he actually needs some more farm. Actually has enough. Moonlight Shadow is going to go. Who are they going to catch down bottom? It might be Limp. And Limp's in trouble. Swindle's in trouble as well. Chronosphere is going to go here. It's only going to catch on Limp. They won't be able to catch Swindle, but they will pop the Exorcism, the ult as well. Swindle in trouble. And he's about to fall here. Staying alive still. Stampede. They haven't lost anybody yet, but there's Swindle. He will have buyback in about 30 seconds or so. The Kinetic Field and Thunderstrike going. Not doing much there. Limp getting caught out. Meanwhile, they will use the Heaven's Halberd to stop it. The double kill coming up from G. The Exorcism doing enough work. They're going to go to the high ground here. They're going to take a set of racks as well. The first set of racks of the game going to go to Virtus.Pro. They blow it up using the Exorcism. Blink, Black Hole, onto G, onto Jotum, wait for him. They're trying to bring down Sidoi, gets canceled. The arrow onto Riser, BKB up for G. They blow up some heroes with Cryptstorm. There's the Shiva's Guard. Riser falls low. He'll die. Moon Meander as well. This is going to be your GG more than likely. Virtus.Pro clearing up 4 of the 5 heroes in complexity. Complexity with a solid game, but Virtus.Pro, G just putting in on Clinic yet again. How often have we seen this? Sidoi on the other side of things, he's had every single Chronosphere he's wanted, and Jotum with some great overgrowths. The 3 heroes that have done the most work, I think, in this game are right here for Virtus.Pro. GG's going to be called. Game 1 of a 2-game series is going to go to Virtus.Pro. They move up to 3-0 in the standings. Beautifully done coming out from Virtus.Pro. Complexity will move down to 3-2. So Virtus.Pro now taking the 3rd spot in Group A. Again, great start to, of course, the series. We have one more game to get done before we're heading out of here. Again, my name is Mont. With me today is Mont Paxer Statsman. Big shout out to the DotaPit guys. Make sure you check them out at twitter.com/DotaPit and DotaPit.com. The ticket in the store, $9.99, comes with the Sorcerer of the Blackpool Lich set. It's a beautiful set. I highly recommend it. Shout out to our sponsors, Sennheiser, especially for sending me a Game Zero headset, which is beautiful, by the way. Sapphire, AMD, Twitch, and Tessero. And we will take a quick break with Virtus.Pro versus Complexity. Game number 2, I will be joined by Ryuboru, so hopefully that'll be good. We'll be back in just a moment, guys. Stick around.
You sexy beast.